Good morning, everyone. My name is Patricia May D. Nobleza, and I am your second speaker this morning. My topic is all about online tools or softwares we can use to differentiate our instruction in the new normal. Okay, so first, let's begin with the objectives for my talk. So the first objective is to identify online softwares and tools for differentiated instruction. And next is to create a short video lesson using the online softwares and tools for differentiated instruction. So this will not just be a simple talk where you would only listen. So after my talk, I am expecting that everyone has created their own short video. It can be like maybe a 1-minute video as your product, just so that I know that everyone really did absorb everything that I said today. Okay? Before we begin with anything else, I'm going to send you a link, which is a Google Jamboard link. So this will be what you will use for brainstorming, and whenever I ask a question, this is where you will put your answers, just so that I can monitor your answers even if I don't call your name, so I know that everyone has participated whenever I am asking questions. Okay? So right now, if you notice, there is a slight change in my camera because I am no longer using a pre-recorded video from my phone, but I am now using an online software called Loom. So Loom is an online screen recording Google extension. So as long as you have your Gmail account, you can have access to Loom. It's for free. And especially if you have a teacher account, like if you're using DepEd email or other special emails that's linked to a teaching account, Loom would be converted to the premium version. So there is an unlimited number of minutes that you can record using Loom as long as you sign in and register yourself as a teacher. Okay? So now I'm going to show you how to access Google Jamboard. So first, let's go to Google. There are two ways. You can either type www.jamboard.com or use the icons here, the 9 dots next to your picture, and then you will see the different applications in the Google Suite. So Classroom, Gmail, Forms, Drive, Docs, Sheets, Slides, Meet, Calendar, Photo. So all of those are applications in the Google Suite, including YouTube. So we have here Jamboard. So I will click Jamboard and I will be directed to this page. Okay. So this is what Google Jamboard looks like. So it's still blank because I haven't been using my DepEd email for Google Jamboards. I'm using a different account. Anyway, so to create a Jamboard, you just click plus, the plus icon here, and then rename. So I will name this trial Google Jamboard. Okay. So Google Jamboard has a lot of very simple features that can be used for brainstorming. What I usually do is I set the background for the first page or this one. But I prefer using this one. You can also add an image if you have an image in mind, or like a target subject or topic and you want a particular image, you can also do that. So in my case, I just use the selected or the ready-made background in Jamboard. Then I would use a sticky note as topic. So I will write here trial. Okay. I'll make it big. There. So this is usually what my Jamboard looks like. So what are the benefits of Jamboard? So the first benefit is that the student cannot see the board of his or her classmate. So he will just be on his own board unless he goes to the next page. And you can monitor if there are two people on the same Jamboard, because there will be two circles in the page. So usually there's only one. But I do recommend using Jamboard for brainstorming, group activities instead of quizzes or like recitations where you have to ask personal questions. So Jamboard is more on a collaborative platform rather than like used for summative tests, unless you create an individual Jamboard for each student, which I don't recommend. It will take too much time. So just use Jamboard for brainstorming and group activities that requires collaboration. So you can again change the background like this one. Then you can write the name of your students, or maybe if it's a group, for example, I will write group 1. Okay, so oops, it's only group. Sorry. So group 1, save there. So, and then I will write the names of the students. For example, like Anna, John, Mike, Clark, what else? Like Matt. So I will write their names there. So group 1 consists of this 5 students. So they will know that this will be their own Jamboard. And for example, I ask, okay, everyone, so give me examples of nouns or give me examples of pronouns. So them as a group, they can just write different examples there and they will be graded as a group as well, or they can also copy paste pictures. So show me examples of nouns or pronouns, or show me examples of like living things or things like that. So they can just copy paste from Google Pictures and paste it in their Jamboard. That way they would be making like, what do you call that? Like a concept map for their group. So Jamboard is a very good platform if your activity is to make a concept map. So now I'm switching back to my phone's camera just because the quality is much better. Although I do advise using Loom if you are recording a video for your students where they need to see your computer screen. Perhaps you want to teach them how to access a particular website, or you're telling them how to fill in Google Forms, or perhaps you're teaching them how to download something. Usually for like ICT subjects, screen recording is very like beneficial for your students because you don't have to meet them live. You can just record your instructions and then give it to them, and they can watch it whenever they are free. Also, if you don't have time to personally edit videos and you still want your students to see you discussing the topic, you can also use Loom to record yourself discussing a PowerPoint presentation. So after you click the check mark in Loom, the video will automatically save. So there are a lot of online tools you can use for your online classes, but today I will introduce the tools that I personally use and which I think are the easiest and most beginner friendly, especially to those who aren't very tech savvy. So I hope that you find this easy, and if you are struggling, just don't be afraid. You can ask me anytime to pause, and then we will take it slowly. Now that I have shown you how to use Loom and Jamboard, so we are now moving to Canva. So I know almost everyone here knows Canva. You probably use it to make PowerPoint presentations, posters, announcements, or even photo collage. What else? We can do a lot of layouts in Canva, but what I particularly like in Canva is because we can make video presentations. And as you all know, children or our students are not just visual learners. There are visual auditory learners, and majority of the students learn better if they see something going on the screen and then they also hear you at the same time, and not just plain text. They would greatly appreciate it if there's like a moving video on the screen, or maybe GIFs, especially for younger learners. So they would learn much better even if you're not teaching synchronously. Even if they're just watching it at home by themselves or with their parents, they would learn so much more if our videos or lessons are animated. So today I am going to show you how to make an animated video lesson, which is very easy. Everything is in Canva. You don't have to look for another platform to use. If you can, especially for those who don't know how to use video editing softwares, personally I use Filmora when editing my videos and putting voiceovers. But if that one is a little too technical for you, Canva is a good platform to use if you are a beginner, a total beginner in video editing. Okay, so first I'm going to show you a short video lesson that I made using Canva only. So I didn't use other video editing apps on it. It's just purely Canva. What is an atom? Atoms are the basic units of matter and the defining structure of elements. The term atom comes from the Greek word for indivisible, because it was once thought that atoms were the smallest things in the universe and could not be divided. We now know that atoms are made up of three particles: protons, neutrons, and electrons, which are composed of even smaller particles such as quarks. Steps in making a video in Canva, beginner friendly. First, go to canva.com and choose video under the What Will You Design heading. Second, select a layout. Third, personalize your presentation. Get creative. Fourth, record your voiceover. If you use your phone or laptop to record a voiceover, it will be in M4A format, so you would need to convert it to an MP3 format. Fifth, go to Uploads and click Upload Media. I recommend using your laptop when recording a voiceover so that you don't need to transfer it anymore. Sixth, overlay your voiceover. Seventh, save your presentation in MP4 format. Great! Now let's practice.